Now welcome back my dear class 12 student. So this is a class of BST. Okay. Now there is a Isika Sarkar. Good afternoon everybody. Urbida is there. Okay. Now we are going through the chapter staffing. And in staffing, what is staffing, what are the features, what are the importance of staffing, all discussed, what are the different steps for staffing also discussed. Now sources of recruitment, there is one element is there, that is recruitment. Now what is the sources of recruitment? Now yesterday I discussed about the internal sources of recruitment, and there we see there is a promotion and transfer, two way you can do that. And what are the advantages is there also discussed, but what is the limitation? There is certain limitation that we will discuss today. There is a certain limitation of internal sources. What are the limitation of internal sources? Limitation or internal sources of recruitment. Now first limitation is that is unsuitable for new enterprise. Unsuitable for new enterprise. Why it is unsuitable for new enterprise? Why it is unsuitable for new enterprise? Because it is unsuitable as per internal sources, because there is no workforce, there is no employee for new enterprise. So you have to recruit all the people from your outside. Okay, internal sources means there is a for present employee you are transferring or promoting some other department, but there is no, if there is no employee, how will transfer them? So in new enterprise they require external sources of recruitment. So this is one of the disadvantage of internal sources of recruitment, that in case of new enterprise you cannot do that. Okay. Now second is restricted choice. Restricted choice. Now what is restricted choice? Now restricted choice is when vacancies are filled through internal promotion, there is a restricted choice and the scope of inducting fresh talent is reduced. Now when you are recruiting through internal sources, you have to take employee from your organization only. Okay, and you have to promote them or you have to transfer some other department. That is two choice for you. So there is no fresh talent you are recruiting, no fresh talent is introducing in your organization, and that actually not very good sign for any organization. Okay, so there is not a new recruitment is not required. You are just taking the employee, that is old employee, and you are just transferring them to other department or promoted them to some other department or other state or wherever they require. Okay, so this is not also very good sign. Now number 3 is lethargic employees. Lethargic employees. Now what is lethargic employees? Now what happened actually in case of government organization, basically the employees are very lethargic. Why? Because they knows that after 10 years as per seniority base they will automatically promoted to a new position, new job position. So actually they whatever they either work or not, that doesn't matter. After 10 years they will automatically promoted to a new department or a new high they will get. Okay, so that's actually the employee of the government. Actually in case of government sector they are very lethargic. because the promotion is automatically done as per seniority basis. So this is one of the disadvantage of internal sources. Okay. Now number 4 is hampered competition. Number 4 is hampered competition. Why it is hampered competition? We are recruiting using the recruitment process, that is internal source of recruitment, because as the old employees are there, no new talent is coming to your business, so there is no new concept is also not coming. Okay, so these old employees are very lethargic and they do not actually not very competitive with each other, because the thing actually happened, there is only we are there, and from whenever recruitment is made, they are taking to us. Okay, they will actually take us as an internal source, but as there is no competition is made, so automatically new talent is not actually you are taking from the outside, then there is a less competitive state you can find in your organization. So this is called hampered competition. Reduce productivity. Number 5 is reduce productivity. Why it is reduce productivity? Now, frequent transfer of employees may often reduce the productivity of the organization. When you are transferring your employee frequently to one department to another department, they are demotivated, and that's why this actually hamper the productivity, efficiency, or effectiveness of their work, and that's actually reduce the productivity of a whole organization also. So these are the main limitation of internal sources of recruitment. Now we will discuss about what are the external sources of recruitment is there. We will discuss about external sources of recruitment. Okay. External sources of recruitment. External sources of recruitment. Now what are the different external sources of recruitment we will discuss. Okay. Now first is direct recruitment. Number 1 is direct recruitment. Direct recruitment is there. Now what is direct recruitment? Under the direct recruitment, job seeker assemble outside the premises of the organization. They assemble as the outside premises of the organization. Why? Because in direct recruitment generally lower grade staff, that is peon, that is maid, that is workers, actually company or organization actually recruited this type of people. So they are very lower grade of lower level of actually they are not also not part of the management. Okay, so this type of recruitment is happen through direct recruitment. Such workers are known as casual workers, and they are paid remuneration on daily wages basis. So if there is, when the direct recruitment happen, what happen practically is, suppose in factory they give a notice in a notice board that type of worker they are required. If anybody want to come, then come to our factory building at about that at that date and that on that time, and then they are interviewed by some lower management people, and they recruiting the same, that they are actually the a peon, clerk or worker, this type of people are recruited through the direct recruitment. Okay. Now second is casual workers. There is another sources is casual worker. Now casual worker means many reputed business organizations keep a database of unsolicited application in their office. Now sometimes it happens that there is no vacancy in the organization, but some of the people just drop their CV in reception, okay, and whenever and this receptionists collect this application for job, and according to their requirement, they whenever they need it, they actually take these types of application and see that which people is very fitted for them. And this type of recruitment called casual workers recruitment. The major merit of this source of recruitment is that it reduces the cost of recruiting workforce in comparison to other sources. Why? This is very cost saving recruitment, because you do not need to any advertisements, still you have a database, because some of the casual candidate has just come and just drop their CV in your organization. So from there you can collect who is the best for suitable for you, and they just you make a call and call him and take an interview, and then you can actually recruit them. Okay, recruit them or select them, actually you can select them. So this type of recruitment process is called casual workers. Now number 3 is advertisement. There is another way you can recruit the people, that is advertisement. Now advertisement is very popular source of recruitment for the external sources of recruitment, actually, because advertisement in newspaper or other means are used when a wider choice is required. There is lots of application is required, and wider, very qualified, very senior person whenever required, they advertise in the newspaper. Okay, that is, if you look at the Times of India, every Wednesday you can find whole page of Time Ascent is for, there is a advertisement given by the organization, what type of people they require. There is just for software engineer, for accountant, and most of the cases this advertisement is for the higher level of management they require, the senior people. Through this advertisement they recruited the senior people. Most of the senior position of industry as well as commerce are filled by this method. So this is the method of recruiting the senior people through advertisement in your paper. And there is one of the advantages, this is very geographical base. Okay, everybody can look this advertisement. If there is a vacancy in Delhi also, you can see this newspaper. Okay, so according to that you can apply, and in case of newspaper, lots of application received by the employer, lots of application. From there they can easily select who is most suitable, who is most capable, who is most qualified person, you can choose from there. Okay, so one of the disadvantage is that, but also disadvantage of that, it may bring a flood of response, because lots of application will come, and many times from quite unsuitable candidate, but who was not very suitable for that position is also apply according to whenever you add your requirement you give in the newspaper. Okay, you can see in the case of government job, their total maybe position is 2 lakh vacancies there, but application is comes from 20 lakh people. Okay, so that time it is very difficult. All the application they accepted, but when they selected, they only select the 2 lakh people. Okay, so this is one of the problem. In case of you advertise in through recruiting the people, you are actually want to apply the job on your organization through advertisement in newspaper. Okay, so this is the one of the way method to acquire the people as external sources. Number 4 is employment exchange. Employment exchange. Now employment exchange, employment exchange actually is not very popular nowadays. Previously it was very popular. Employment exchange actually they actually collect the database from the candidate, from the people. You just go to the employment exchange and you just put your what is qualification you have, and according to that, whenever they actually the mediator of the from candidate and also from the employer. Okay, because employer wants to know what if they require some of the software engineer, software programmer, then they recall the employment exchange, and they want to inquire how many software engineer application database you have. From there they call, sometimes they call the candidate who actually drop their data or drop their resume in a employment exchange. Okay, so they actually the mediator. Employment exchange means they exchange from you to employer. Okay, so employment exchange run by the government generally are regarded as good source of recruitment for unskilled and skilled people. They are also recruited the unskilled people also, because after your board exam, suppose 12 board exam, then also you can go the employment exchange and drop your resume, and from according to your qualification some of the clerk post or peon post also be available as per government job. So nowadays this employment exchange is not very fruitful, because government generally takes all the people through the advertisement in newspaper or their website, and you have to apply them, you have to take a written test, then you have to go for interview after that. Because in before 10 to 20 years before, the call comes from employment exchange directly. Okay, the call come from employment exchange directly. And that time it was very fruitful. Now it is not such a very advantageous source or very popular source, is not very popular source of recruitment process. Now number 5 is placement agencies and management consultant. This is very popular nowadays. Placement agencies. Placement agencies and management consultant, that is job consultant. They actually do the same work as like employment exchange. Employment exchange actually operated by the government, but these placement agencies are generally not government organization, they are the private organization. They actually very fruitful nowadays, because they actually offer you what type of job you require, and they actually collect the resume of you and make a database of each and every type of employees. They are actually collected the database for accountant, they are for mechanical engineer, for software programmer, architecture, and employer also contact with them, because for employer they want to, whatever employee they want to need, they can easily find from these placement agencies. Okay, now what happened in practical is that these placement agencies go to some big companies or some middle level companies, and they actually make a contract that I will give you the candidate, and for that you have to give 1 month salary of this candidate, and they also contacted with the candidate also. So they actually perform as a mediator between employer and employee. Okay, now they collect the resume from candidate, and whenever the company needed, according to company needed the person they need, that is some now take an example that a company needed a software programmer for their organization. They needed 20 people. Now they call this placement agency and say, just give me the 20 candidate of software programmer who is very qualified BE student in computer science. Now the placement agency, what they actually do, they actually send this information to this candidate who are interested, and after that they arrange a working interview with the employer. And after, if you selected in this company, then what happened, the employer, this placement agency takes 1 month salary from you and also 1 month salary from employer also. So this is of their income. Okay. Now in this case, if the candidate actually left the organization, then what happened? Then placement agency actually said this employer, this company, that if somebody leaves, next time I will give you the candidate in free of cost. Okay, that time you do not need to make any payment to me. Okay, so that type of things actually very popular in nowadays. These placement agencies sometimes advertise also in the website of their own website. Okay, so next is campus recruitment. That is also very popular. Campus recruitment. This is also very popular, because after your 12, whenever you go to any college, you just find that whatever your main criteria is, the college, when you take admission, you just consider that this which company actually comes to this organization, means this college, for the placement. Okay, there is a campus recruitment is there, has or not. That thing you just consider whenever you take admission in a college after 12th class. That's maybe your MBA, that's maybe your BBA, that's maybe your CA, that's maybe costing. You just ask for campus interview is there or not, and which company actually comes. So in campus interview, what happened? You do not need to go anywhere. The companies will come before you pass the examination, your final examination. Okay, before you pass the final examination, they actually comes to your college, and lots of company will come. So one company, if you fail, then other company will get a chance to take interview, and there you may be selected. So there is lots of opportunity in case of campus interview. So they actually come to your organization and takes interview from different people who is interested. In BBA, there may be a specialization, that somebody is specialized in finance, somebody is specialized in marketing. That's the things is happen. According to that, they are taking the candidate and recruit them directly to their company even before they are passing. But if you are fail, now the question is arise, if you are fail in final examination, then you cannot get a chance to recruit after, though you have actually takes by this company, but company will not. Company will say you that you just pass, then you will come to us. Okay. So this campus recruitment nowadays very popular, very popular, and everybody looks for campus recruitment, because it is one of the most easiest process to get chance to any company, any big companies actually. So there is no need for, because after, if you do not get a chance in campus interview, then it is very difficult for you to go to some others and place and crack the interview. Okay, because in campus interview they actually takes the people also very considerable way. Okay, you just see this campus interview in case of the movie, that is 3 Idiots. There you see that how the campus interview is going on. Okay, have you seen that? Saurodeep, have you seen that? Are you there? Am I audible to you? Saurodeep, am I audible to you? Are you there? Please respond. Saurodeep, are you there? Now number 7 is recommendation of employees. sometimes what happen, the employees who is working of that particular organization sometimes get reference, because management sometimes say their employees, if suppose you are working in a finance department, then just a clerk is needed in your department, so sometimes your management can say, if you have any very faithful boy is there who can recruited by us, and just if you refer, I will recruit. So this is one of the, to get a suitable person, some firm seeks names from their employees. Such applications are like to be good employees because their background is sufficiently known, because this person is very known to you, so they are very faithful. The company one, their background is very good. That's why the recommendation of employees is very important of the sum of the organization. Tata Consultancy Service, Tata Motors, they actually use this type of things. This recommendation of employees an easy process to recruit people. Now labor contractors. Now labor contractors, number 7 is a recommendation of employees. Now come to the number 8, that is labor contractor. Who is labor contractor? Who actually supplies labor is called the labor contractor. Now some labor intensive organization, they want lots of labor, lots of worker, and they actually don't want to manage this whole numerous, actually large number of workers. That's why they actually recruited this labor as a contract basis, and they actually communicate with some labor contractor whose job is actually provide and manage the labors of the organization. Okay, and they are basically the daily wage workers. Okay, so these labor contractors actually supply the labor in some different organization who is required the large number of labors. Now advertisement on television. Now advertisement on television is also advertisement of television. Now advertisement of television is also very popular nowadays, because this practice of telecasting of vacant posts over television is gaining importance these days, as detailed requirement of the job and the qualities to do which are published along with the profile of the organization where vacancies exist. The advantage is detailed information without any manipulation and reaches a wider audience. You can cover a wider audience whenever you are just giving advertise in your TV, because lots of people generally watch the TV. So if you, whenever you advertisement through TV for recruitment of your organization, generally does by the government organization, the army, navy, you can find there is some advertisement come for army, join the army, and they motivated to join the army. Navy also gives the advertisement in TV, and details of the advertisement, what is the post, what is the profile, how will get, all things they actually given in there. So this is also the popular method to recruit the people, that is advertisement on television. Now last is web publishing. Number 10 is web publishing. Now web publishing is a very new concept. Now different website, that is job portal website, that is naukri.com, they actually online basis they collect the resume, and they also online basis they actually contact with the employer also. Now whenever they actually collect the resume or biodata of you, and they also contacted with the employer what type of employee requirement. Now when the employee requirement any employee, they contacted this job portal website, and they from there the employer can found different lots of people, lots of candidates of different qualification, knowledge and capability. From there they can call directly through this job portal to their organization and takes interview or written examination, and then they can select the employee. So nowadays this job portal, online job portal website, publish of website in they use the website form of advertisement, or this job portal are very much. There is a Times job portal also, there is a nogri.com also, there is a monster.com also. They are actually doing this work. Their work is just contact with the employer and register them to their website, and you are also should register with this portal, that is Nogri portal or Monster portal, this job portal actually, and both you are just very easily connected with the employer, because whenever employer need their suitable candidate, they looks for you and you are automatically called by them. Okay, so it is very easy nowadays to recruiting process of and recruiting the employees in their organization. So that's all. This is the external sources all about. Now what will be the advantage, disadvantage, we will discuss in next class. So that is the end of the class. So thank you for watching. Hope you are well and safe. Thank you.